What is going on, yo? Look, there I am. How's going? What is cracking, everyone? I'm loving it. You're loving it. Let's just get all this sorted. And today, we are here for a very first. Now, normally, you watch your boy over here do a heap of musicians. That's what I mainly do. Musicians. So we're branching out. We're getting out there. And I'm fortunate enough to have seen this brand grow over the last couple of years. Since I've moved out to Narelle and Camden, I've watched these guys start off as a team that makes custom t-shirts. They've turned into their own, what I think is an absolutely awesome brand. The shirts are absolutely legit. The quality, the time, the care, the effort, the salesmanship. I love every bit of it. So, without further ado, let's meet the boys. We've got Daniel and Dylan, owners and proprietors of Them Things. How you going?
Yo.
Yeah, there you go. It's all working. How you going, boys? What's happening?
Yeah, going good, man.
Yeah?
Just got back from the town centre today. We were there all day.
That's good.
Got a bit emotional with that intro.
Right?
Mate.
This is our first podcast.
Yeah?
First podcast.
First
of many.
Yes,
Of many.
That's what I want.
Many. This year especially, 8 years in the brand.
8 years in the brand. Okay,
8 years.
let's talk about that.
Okay.
8 years. Where did it start? Where did the concept start?
Mm.
Give us a bit of info.
Well, I started this brand after 11 years of construction. I jumped into this as a full-time job from the start with 10 grand. That's all I had.
Serious.
That's all I had. Jumped into it with zero knowledge in fashion. Absolutely zero. My fashion sense was Star Wars shirts every Christmas I used to get. That's all I used to get. Could never afford brands, and that was me.
Now look at you, it's an absolutely thriving brand as far as I'm concerned. I see the shirts absolutely everywhere through Camden. I always have flyers with me whenever I take care of the shows at Random It Down, and I'm handing them out all the time with the stickers and stuff like that.
Thank you.
You know, it's so good to see the amount of passion that you guys put into it.
Thank you.
When did this, like, how long have you had Daniel on the crew? And
Daniel.
I know you got your brother on, your brother who isn't here at the moment. He's also another one, a part of the brains.
3 years?
Oh yeah, it was 3 years ago.
Just before COVID.
Just before COVID. It was 2020, January 2020 when we set up at right next to Bevel's at Narelle Town Centre, and Daniel was working at Sunglass Hut. He was working at Sunglass, and
Yeah.
and Claude. I dared Claude to go and speak to Daniel,
Really?
and yet Claude went over, and rest is history. We connected, all of us, connected with him, and got to know Daniel, and he got to know us, and remember during COVID.
I think everyone remembers during COVID.
There
That
was
was
many reasons
oh
why we
God.
joined.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, that was a weird thing. I mean, that's when we sort of connected. Not long after that, we sort of got talking,
Yeah.
and you guys just full knuckled down, and the
Yeah.
ideas were just flowing during COVID, and you came out swinging straight afterwards.
Yes.
How has the sort of last 2 years been after that? Has it been a real slow sort of to get back started, or has everyone just been really receptive of what you're doing? Because you've had that spot in the middle there for
I'd say
ages.
it's the opposite. Like, you know, a lot of people went downhill from there, where that was like our vantage point.
Yeah.
We jumped from that, you know, that time where everyone was in a form of desperation, and we saw that as our inspiration.
And we did thrive. We did thrive through COVID as well. And I was very thankful that we had our online support throughout the market years, and people bought online, and we pushed through it. We set back up at the town centre, and it was hard. Obviously, it was hard.
Yeah.
Like for every business, small business in general, it was hard. And it was the locations, the spots we went to, and this last year, so 2023,
yeah.
when we set up next to Edge on that bridge, that was a game changer for us.
Really?
Yeah, that was a game changer.
It's not even an exaggeration. It changed our lives.
Yeah,
Really?
it did. That was
So where was that? That's where you are now.
yeah,
like-
where we are now on the bridge.
Oh,
That was a turning point for us because we found with the other spots that we were at, people were reluctant to walk in a different direction. And when we're on the bridge, you have no choice but to go past us.
yeah.
And I took that to my advantage, especially last year and right now. Is I went out of my comfort zone and went back to market days and started spooking and grabbing people and.
Well, that's how you got me.
Oh, that's how I got you.
Yeah.
Over here, mate.
Yeah,
Come
that's how I
have
got my navy,
yourself.
that's how I got my first uncommon breed navy blue jumper.
Oh my!
And it's
God.
an absolute slammer. Like I love it. And I've got it in brown. I've got your bomber jacket vest.
Oh my!
I've got the brown hat. Like I just bought. I actually bought off Claudio the other week the re-release you did with the
The
yeah.
penta.
yeah the
Yeah.
finger penta. Yeah,
You know-
yeah.
you
Man,
know-
that is a banger shirt. Like and the quality on that, legit, man.
I told you, the penta. Okay, so the penta, my brother's least favorite design.
Mm?
I swear to God, my brother hated the penta with the finger. I loved it, and
Yeah.
I wanted to put it on everything only because he didn't like it. But I'm like, bro, it's not what you like. Other people like it. It's not just what you like.
Well, what I love about your brand, it literally appeals. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to grab a beer right here because I'm touch thirsty. Just give me a sec.
Tad thirsty.
Just a tad.
Look, I'd join ya, but I haven't had a drink in a year and a bit.
Well, that's probably a good thing. I probably shouldn't try and drink for a year and a bit, but then I wouldn't be beer buddies. So just on purpose.
Just buddy.
I'd love to join.
Yeah.
I can't remember the taste of beer. Do you want a beer? Do you want a drink?
you like
Do
to
you
try
even
I
drink?
do drink.
You do? My God, I don't even
It's
know
up to
him.
you. I don't mind. I got two here. One for you, one for me. Let's go.
Oh, look at that.
That's a beautiful beer there. That's from Canberra. May as well talk about that for a little bit.
Get yourself a beer
that's a
now.
Canberra-
Like,
That's a Canberra beer. It's called Crankshaft. It's an IPA. It's one of my favourites. It's really good. It's
wow.
Really good.
Indian Pale Ale.
Jeez.
Okay, well, yep, cheers.
Oh. Cheers.
That is
It's fruity.
that is fruity. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
It's you're right. It isn't about what he likes, but what I love about your brand is that it literally it appeals to everyone. I mean, I'm a metalhead. You got so much metalhead appeal. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how we connected when I had my Slipknot hat on.
Yes.
And you went to Knotfest. We'll touch on that a bit later.
Yeah, I did. That's right.
It's urban. It can be metal. Like it just. You guys leave so much room, even like with the butterfly designs and stuff like that. It's just so artistic in the expression that you put into it. But then you bring it right back by just having nice, solid, plain t-shirts
Yes.
too. You know, like it. You work it so well, and the quality on the t-shirts. I cannot
you.
stress this enough. The quality on these t-shirts is absolutely banging. Like
Thank you. Well, when I first started, so when I first started the brand, I was when I jumped into it, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this online. I'm gonna jump into it online. People are gonna buy. People are gonna buy. My family, my friends, and no one bought. That was I nearly gave up. I nearly quit right then, because 0 people bought, and the first person to buy was my brother, and he looked at me and he said, you know what, Dylan, don't quit on your dreams and never give up. And I was like, you know what, you're right. So he told me, do tie-dyes. Tie-dyes are trending. And
yeah, they were.
so we were known for tie-dyes, believe it or not.
Really?
You look at our clothes now, you look at our designs now, and you're like, what? When did you do tie-dyes? Most of our brand life was tie-dyes.
Wow.
I swear, yeah, it was. Majority, we would go into it with about 90% tie-dyes in our clothes, in our shop.
You'd actually see like probably 12 on the rack, so
Yeah.
probably only 3 shirts were black.
Wow, so it was
Yeah.
just like that getting back into that real hippie revolution that was coming back.
Yeah.
That made that. Well, I mean, fashion works in waves, doesn't it? Everything
does.
comes back. I mean,
Everyone does everything.
everyone's
does come
dressing like me now. Like they're dressing like skater punks now, and I
Yep.
love every bit of it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, I think that's why the t-shirt would have worked so well.
back. It does.
Has it sold again?
Yeah, well, we sold out of the first batch, and then
Second batch is almost gone as
the
well.
second batch is almost gone as well.
That's
So we're up to
awesome.
the last box in that one. That it did well. I think I'm gonna re-release it in new colors and also hoodies, of course.
Yeah.
But we went from releasing something every single week, something new. I know a lot of our customers loved us because they would come back every week and see something, and we're now transitioning to monthly drops.
Ooh.
So it's hype monthly drops that we're doing more advertising, and also you're gonna see a lot of faces that you might know.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
so,
like that.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I just saw that you picked up that young judo
Kindra.
Yeah,
Kindra. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I mean, like, I grew up around the
Jiu-jitsu,
Parramatta area, so when I was like, it's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, Parramatta. What? There's a Gracie gym in Parramatta.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Crazy.
So, and you sponsor
Yeah,
you sponsor a musician as well. Like, go
Yes,
into
we
a
do.
bit of that. How did you sort of get into that?
Pep's my brother's mate. So with Free Souls, he knew them for a very long time, and so jumped on board with us. And he was probably one of the only ones when I first I knew him well before the brand, and I told him about it. I showed him my first design, and he said, "Yeah, follow your dream," because he was doing the music and rapping and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, I showed them, and those boys, they were like, yeah, we'll buy, and so that's why we took it on board with Pep because he liked the brand and followed us ever since, and there's who else was there? There's a couple.
There's
It's good
quite a
though.
few that.
Oh my god, you know what? Who else? Like, well, we had Rob Whitaker actually come to the
Really?
show. A few times he bought. A few times he actually paid money for shirts.
wow.
I swear to you.
Wow.
You can go, if you don't believe me, go on his TikTok and you'll see him wearing our shirts
That's awesome.
on his TikTok.
That is so good.
Rob Whitaker. We had a good conversation with him, and Josh Coolabell from the UFC as well wears our
That's
stuff.
heaps good.
And if you want to go see on what the hell's his name?
Terrence.
McKinney, UFC. He's in America. He wears our stuff as well.
That's heaps good. Have you gone international with your shipping and stuff like that?
Yeah. We have. We've shipped to Singapore and US and New
Britain,
Zealand,
UK.
Britain, UK. So,
That's
there's
that's heaps
There's
good.
been a few. It's
That's heaps good.
but I think we're focusing more on Australia at the moment. I want AU. I want to take over
Nothing
Australia.
wrong with
No, of course.
worldwide, but it's just we want to be grounded in our home ground first.
Yeah.
No,
Yes, of course.
conquer your own backyard.
Well,
You got to conquer your own backyard before you can take over the world.
that is
Exactly.
That's
100% true.
That's it. It's
Yes.
the only way you're gonna do it.
Yeah, and so we transitioned from tie dyes, and we're
We definitely did that.
look, we do have tie dyes coming up. That
We
we're-
can't say we're completely out of it because it's
No, we're
still our
not.
baby.
Hey, you got to keep always 1 foot in the keep a bit of an eye on the past, so you never make the same mistakes again.
Yes.
But always keep your eye on the future.
You try not making mistakes. I mean, but failure is where you learn, and
It's on the back of the shirts.
exact failure is success in progress.
It is.
And it's the truth be told that's actually Albert Einstein's quote that I took upon myself to take because I really saw a resemblance in how I felt, and I trademarked that and said, you know what, that'll be ours. And
Wow, you actually trademarked that.
yeah, I
quote.
trademarked that quote.
Whoa.
Yeah, I did. I was like, yeah.
How was that process?
It was a process, but with anything's a process.
Anything worth doing?
Oh, mate. Yeah,
That's fantastic. I mean, look at you lot.
yeah. And we're actually getting out of your comfort zone is the only way to grow. And we're actually now a company. So we've gone from small business and we're now a company.
So what, on the public?
Yeah, so technically we're gonna
So people can actually hold on.
So-
So let me get this straight now. So you guys are a public entity where people can come in and invest in your company in some
Pretty
get
much.
shares?
And pretty much, but it's not technically a public entity. It's
Okay.
it's just a proprietary limited,
Okay.
company
that,
that
mate, that is...
and that's a yeah, you got to...
Headache and a half.
It's a headache, but you know what? I like learning things. I like getting out of my comfort zone and going in the deep end a lot. A
Ooh,
lot.
Man, that is
A lot.
fantastic.
I like stretching my mind to
You have to.
things.
It's the only way you're going to grow as a person,
Yes.
as a company,
Yes.
as in life in general.
Yeah.
We all have to grow. I think it was Muhammad Ali that said it. He goes, the man of a 40-year-old, a 40-year-old that sees through the eyes of a 20-year-old has wasted 20 years of their life.
Yes.
And yeah, if you don't grow as a person, you're not doing anything.
Exactly. And you know what as well is a lot of people, they say, I should have done this, I should have done that. And there's no perfect time to start, but the perfect time to start is now. And you could have started 20 years ago. Don't think of that as I should have started 20 years ago. Start now. Start today. And don't give up on yourself, because it's going to be a hard road. Anything in life is hard if it's worthwhile, and it is.
I've just started my own promotion company.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So got the ABN, got all that.
Mad.
But I'm trying to do it different.
You're trying to do it different.
Trying to do it a bit different. So instead of doing it like trying to book shows for bands and stuff like that, I want bands to be able to come to me and go, we need promotion done for this show. Can you come up with something?
Yes.
And just sort of work with bands to try and give them more of an online presence.
Yes.
Fill those gaps where because they're musicians. They don't have a lot of time to spend online and stuff like that. So come to me and I'll try and make them like Instagram clips and come up with ideas for their shows. And
mad.
Yeah, I've got this band Piefly on board at the moment who I'm working with directly. They're fantastic. They're full of good ideas, and we just bounce ideas off each other, and I'll film it, edit it for them, and
it's mad.
And they just take it.
Good job.
And that's it. So, you just got to find your passion. What I try and tell people is like, find that one thing that when people start talking to you about it, it makes you feel like a little kid again.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because that's what's going to make you nerd out. You already know everything about it because you're nearly, you're however old now. You've got all the knowledge. Turn your passion into something that you love in any way you can.
You got to do what you love. You have to do what you love. And you'll never work a day in your life.
No.
But you're never going to want to do it every day. People get that misconception of because you love it, you love it, right? But most days, you're going to hate it.
Yeah.
But you have to look within and go, that's right, I'm doing this for me.
Yeah. Picture.
The bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture in life.
And that's what people seem to forget, It's like, when you do start doing your passion as a job, it's still a job.
It's
there are
still a
days
job.
where, and it's like, just because you're doing something that you love, doesn't mean you don't wake up on some days and just go, man, just not today.
Yep.
Just today, no.
Mm-hmm.
But the unfortunate thing is, when you own your own business, it's not, hey boss, I'm sick, I'm not coming in, mate. It's suck it up.
Suck it up.
Take big deep breaths, big boy, and let's get on with it. That's it. It's just
breathe.
It's such a hard because there ain't no as soon as you start slipping off, the whole thing starts slipping off.
It is
because the only person who's motivating is yourself.
Yeah, you have to motivate. I mean, motivation is key, but you know what's more important than motivation? Discipline.
Yeah, that's
you need discipline and doing things you hate to do, but do it like you love it. And you need to do it every day, and you can't have days off. There's no days off. You can take time off, time to unwind, time to think clear, but I found that every time I tried taking time off or days off back in the day, I felt like the snowball was stopping. I felt that it just wasn't going. So that's why, and people thought it was weird because I don't like taking days off, and I'm like, man, but you don't obviously. They're like, go on holidays, go have fun. I'm like, I love what I do. I need to do it. Like, it's like a need for me.
Yeah. Well, it just means you might just have to take a little holiday. Just take a couple of shirts with you, show them around, stuff like that. Just turn work into a holiday.
Mm.
Try and find a bit of balance.
Oh man, you know one thing I do miss. I do miss. I used to like sleep, like at markets. I used to go to like all around like where did I used to go
Bathurst.
Bathurst, Newcastle, Port Macquarie, Coffs Harbour, Tamworth, Wagga. I used to travel all around, going in the ute and sleeping in the van when it was like at the later stages, and I used to like sleep at markets like for a long time.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's like something you didn't know. It was like that's how dedicated I was, and that's how dedicated you have to be. Like you have to
Put it all on the line.
You do.
Yeah,
You do.
got
No,
it.
that's the thing. I mean, and this evening, like, and I think this is why it's so good having you guys on, because it transfers a lot into musicians as well.
Yeah.
We had an interview with Neil Kale on my other channel, Two Dudes Talk Music, with my buddy Raf, and he said when you get into sort of like the music industry and stuff like this, it's selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have to be.
You have to be.
Because there's zero, there's no missing.
Yes.
Missing is no.
Yes.
No. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You got to go. You
Yes.
got to go to those shows. You got
Yep.
to go to those
Yep.
markets. You
Yep.
got to miss birthdays. You
Yep.
got to miss this. You got to miss that. And
Yeah.
it is hard.
Yes,
It's
it
all
is.
about balance. You got to
Yeah.
put certain things in top tier lists. Like obviously, certain birthdays you're not going to miss, but there are
Yeah.
other ones that you could sort of go that you'd go look.
Yeah.
And if they understand what you're doing,
Yeah.
they
They'll
won't get
support
angry
it.
with you.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, if they believe in you, they'll be telling you go.
Yes.
And
It is. That is
that's-
true.
It is. There are obviously certain things you can
I
never
missed
miss.
out on a lot of things, but you know, I gave up a lot. I missed out on a lot
Yeah.
to get to the point that we're at now, and it's only growing. And things that I thought were never possible, my dreams are starting to become a reality. The things that you will see over the next 6 to 12 months.
Wow.
It's the really things that are
That soon.
yeah. And that was, people gonna say, overnight success or luck. The harder you work, the luckier you get. I found so.
Overnight success. Anyone that says that, you just found them. It's not their fault that you
Yeah.
that
You're
they
late
just
to the
found.
trend.
Yeah, you're late
Yeah,
to the
you're
trend,
late
mate.
to the trend.
Them things is trending, bruh.
Them things, DMF.
I love the name,
Oh,
man. I
them-
love it. Where'd you come up with the name? You got to tell me that, all
Oh,
right? Because
Okay, you want the truth?
yeah, I can definitely handle the truth. I want to know where them
He's
things
gonna-
come from. Come on.
Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I stole it from my brother's mate. Swear to God. Yeah, all I heard was, my brother's mates, they used to hang around like a group of them, and them things there, and I'm like, that sounds, that's pretty good. I'm gonna trademark that, and I did. I trademarked it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start. I turned to my parents and my brother and everyone, and I said, you know what I'm gonna do? Because what happened was I was doing construction for 11 years. And I got king hit in a game of soccer. I got king hit. And I couldn't see for a couple of weeks.
No
Yeah.
shit.
And I ended up losing my job because of it. That was the moment where I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump into it as a full-time job with 10 grand. And I'm going to start a clothing brand. I'm going to call it Dmfs. Because it's just one of them things.
Oh,
And I was like,
yeah.
yes. And I was like, yeah, that's catchy. And that was the catchphrase I'm going to use. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to go to people. I'm going to go to markets. Well, I didn't even say markets. I was like online. I didn't even know markets. I didn't even know like markets, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to go to markets. And, if you look back, we started on a trestle table with shirts. Be like one of those Amazon, the Amazon
Oh yeah.
with the banner. What's his name again? that guy
That guy.
that started
Yeah.
Amazon, Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
That's
Oh.
it.
Jeff Bezos, absolute inspiration. To start from nothing to gain everything, and you know it's you're not gonna be a millionaire overnight. And people kept saying to me, "Have you made it? Have you made it?" It's like, brother, I've been going 6 months. Like this is gonna take years,
Yeah.
maybe even decades.
Falling short of someone like Taylor Swift walking past the shop one day and going, "Oh, I want to buy that brand. How much do you want?" Like, what la
Yeah.
land are people living in? It's just like
Ah.
it's exactly the same with musicians, and that's a funny thing. It's like they'll come up to your band, "Oh, have you had any big shows?" It's like
It's
you've written 3 songs.
Thanks,
I'm
hug.
barely booking a pub, let alone
Yeah.
Kudos Arena.
Yeah.
And you got to start small, unless you got.
Fundage.
Unless you've got fundage, unless you've got fundage, but those people that have got fundage as well, they've probably worked hard to get to where they are. Like,
Yeah.
then you nothing.
People aren't gonna
It's-
just invest blindly. Like,
No. Well,
I mean,
you know.
I don't know about that, but
No.
I can't see that. Look,
No, you can't.
yeah. I mean, look, online would have been hard. Online would have been hard.
Non-existent.
It was non-existent because I had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
I had
but-
no idea.
But see, that's the thing. People are a lot more
Yeah.
hands-on now. Like, people love getting out and, like, just feel... I love going out. Like, big thing is, as soon as I walk past, like, a band merch stand or something like that,
Yeah.
it's...
Yeah.
Just rub it. Just rub it. I just want to
Yeah.
see how thick
Yes.
the
And
shirt is.
You know, as well, so when I first started, obviously, like, I had no idea. So I started on blanks, Gildan blanks, actually. And I went from Gildan to AS Color blanks. And the level we're at now is we cut and sew. So our shirts are completely cut and sew. So it's
Wow.
our own source,
our own
cotton,
cotton.
everything.
our own, yeah. So
Ooh.
it took 8 years to get to that level, but you have to start small. You have to start with small blanks and print. Like, if you're going to really do a clothing brand, and I advise people to follow their dream, right? Because I'm an advocate of that. And like, if you're going to start a clothing brand, start small. Start with getting yourself a plotter, like, and vinyl. Like, do that. If you want to do screen printing, do screen printing. It might cost you a bit more, especially if you're going to get other people to print. But I started with printing everything. So vinyl, and then I learned how to screen print. I learned literally self-taught.
Wow.
Self-taught how to screen print from YouTube. And there was obviously a lot of fuck-ups on the way. You're never going to be perfect.
No, that's why it's a trade.
And you know, I got good at that. I got good at screen printing, but I only had a single screen print carousel that someone donated to me because I couldn't afford
That's
to
a
buy it.
grind. How bad would your shoulders be? I thought my shoulders would be bad.
Oh, mate, it was
Jeez.
like the squeegee. So
Yeah.
I'd squeegee, and then you know I didn't know how to print white. Like, white is the hardest to print on a shirt, and I didn't know that yet. So I had to like research it, and you had to like use a spray tack that would stick the shirt down, and then you would screen print a white and then heat gun it because I had a heat gun, and then you do another pass on it. So it was a huge learning for like a year. For like 1 year, we didn't print white on garments because I didn't know how to do it.
Wow.
Like, I kept printing black. Like,
Hey, look,
was-
you know, just
that was
whatever works.
all right.
Whatever works.
And now you see the things that we've got. It's like fully embroidered and
Yeah.
fully like everything is. Well, obviously I don't print anymore, so it's I'm more of that design, and I'll design a shirt from literal scratch. So, and that, my opinion, is harder. It's
Yeah,
harder now.
yeah.
It's actually harder now than what it was at the start.
Well, I mean, because you're not trying to... I'm not saying you ever did,
Hmm.
but you might have sort of cut a couple of corners to make your job easier.
Yeah.
When you were doing your own screen printing,
Yeah.
but now that you got professionals doing it, it's just like there's no limit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to design it, you're going to print it.
Yes.
Quality
Simple as
control's
that.
all on them.
Yeah, it's just and your designs are peach, man. Your designs
Thank
are
you.
absolutely mint.
Thank you very much. And there's one thing about that as well is with printing ourselves, I would go, oh, okay, let's print this and release it like the next week. And then we would literally, so I'd print it, label it, unlabel it. So I was like a master at unlabeling. So you got to unlabel. And, it went from that to when you're outsourcing and when you're doing cut and sew, you have to plan 3-4 months ahead. So I've planned technically 6 months ahead. We're getting to a year of drops. So
So that's why you're doing it every month.
So I have to design
slow it
a
down.
catalog of what we're releasing, and then start manufacturing it because it takes 3 months. It's like a 2 to 3 month process of manufacturing. So you have to do that, and then all the samples are made, and then all the photo shoots are done, and so that's how we're getting ahead. So things are actually getting printed and manufactured for May and June already.
Oh wow!
So that's getting manufactured. Like we're talking hoodies and jackets.
You're gonna have to start numbering
pants,
stuff when you do
shorts,
your
yeah.
limited edition. You number it, number and sign them.
Yeah. So we would have to, but like we've never released the same thing twice.
Yeah, that's
as
what I'm
well.
saying. You should
Yeah,
number them.
it's-
Be interesting to see which print people get.
Right. But if you're
To
doing,
keep track of that.
but if you're numbering it as well, that's like,
You number it on the label on the neck,
mm,
on a little tag.
you maybe unless we're doing like
A
a
proper
special batch.
exclusive run, we'd give like a primo certificate with
Yeah,
it.
be a certificate.
And
That'd be
embossed
cool.
and
That'd be
everything.
cool.
Mm.
Because like even the care you guys take, whenever I go to the shop, whenever I see you guys selling anything, it's a process.
Mm.
Like it's an experience when you go to Dmfs.
Oh, thank you.
100%.
Go in, pick your shirt, they'll go the lint roller over it,
Ah.
make sure it's folded real nice.
Oh yeah,
Primo bag, like yeah, it's all just really well done. There's a lot of
thank you.
it's an experience.
And when I first started, it was like plastic bags,
Yeah,
and well, it
when
wasn't
you
like
can still use
the
them.
die cut plastic bags, and then it went from that to paper bags that I used to sign.
Mm.
So if you've got if you went through that like a couple of years of that, I was like hand signing every single bag.
Signatures and
Wow.
And like putting Dmfs on every single bag. Now it's like our bags are like full bougie.
Yeah.
Full bougie.
let's not forget the phase of random quotes.
Oh, if you've got like random, like I used to put like before I went through my whole like mindset change. So I went through a whole life change.
Mm.
I was like 120 kilos and I went through this mind change. But when I was in that stage of my life, I would put like random quotes saying like chicken liver on the top.
Fish
or
guts.
Fish guts was my favorite. I used to put fish guts on the top of the bag.
And
Don't ask me why.
People are
Maybe
like,
I'll
hey,
try
fish guts. It's like,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I did it. I think it was, you know what? I do know why I did it because I wanted like attention,
Yeah.
people to notice.
Well, not even that. It's the whole concept of why people why baristas put the wrong name on
That's
cups.
exactly what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
The whole purpose of people going, why do you write that? You
Yeah.
start to question it.
No, so you take a photo of it, put it on Instagram, and the Starbucks logo's on there.
Yep. Yep.
So, well, look what
Yeah.
they called me this time.
Yep. So many people took photos of those bags.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
No.
But
They
but
will
thank
now.
you to people that actually did. Was there?
There were
There
a
will
few.
be.
There was.
There
There's
will
more
be.
people now that are taking pictures and putting it up on Instagram and Facebook, and there will be way more eventually soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like online only started working as well the last 6 months.
Okay.
So online, and the only reason why it started working is because we started paying for advertising. So, I mean,
We find
why
it
wasn't it
exciting.
working? Well,
It's-
Zuckerberg says no.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
pay to play.
it's pay to play.
Unfortunately, and this is look, sounds like the fashion industry is not much different than the music industry. It's all pay to play,
It is.
and that's in the worst because it's not talent based.
Mm-hmm.
It's fundage based. But at the end of the day, if you have a good product
Yes.
and you can sell enough to afford the advertisement,
Yes.
then you're just shooting yourself in the foot by not doing it.
Yep. That is true.
I mean, really, common sense. Any company that grows big enough has advertisement
Yes.
and pays for advertisement.
Yes.
Like that's how they grow even bigger.
100%.
What are the, so we've obviously got the rundown. You've got sponsors, UFC sponsoring people, UFC fighters, Brazilian jiu-jitsuists,
Yeah.
musicians.
Yes.
Are there any battle bands coming up?
Well, never. So
Have you thought about branching out into
I
that?
mean, if the people want to
Yeah.
reach out to us,
yeah. I'd love to have that on my mind and to be
Yeah.
thinking of that. I think I need another person to be doing that because there's a lot on my plate.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I don't even I love music.
Yeah.
Like personally, I do. I really do. I love all music in general. Anything that sounds good.
you should see this guy's playlist. It's all over
Yeah.
the place.
And
Same
the
here.
thing is, though, I haven't been listening to music.
Yeah.
I listen to motivation and podcasts.
Hey, look.
I know.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
It's a guilty pleasure.
However, and this is truth. Yesterday, I listened to Aerials by System of a Down
Oh wow.
because I don't know. I was like, I don't know. It got into my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
No.
oh my god,
Yeah.
and I listened to it and I was like, wow, that's right. I listened to music.
Yeah.
I do.
remember that.
I remember that thing with guitars.
And I mean, that's the weirdest thing I can imagine. The experience that would have given you, that would have taken you back. How old? That would have taken you back like 20 years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
My
Just
God,
shot
that's
you
right.
back and just gone like just.
My God, System and Chop Suey.
Yeah, that was nearly 20 years ago.
Yes.
Probably it's coming up to their 20-year
Yes.
anniversary on that.
When I was 15 at school, when I was 15, 16 in year 10 at one of those dances, and they played Chop Suey and everyone walked out of the and I was in there with like 3 people just headbanging. Oh my God. I don't miss school at all.
No,
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 I
neither
don't.
do I.
No, I was
That was
bullied.
a hellish experience, and
Yep.
I feel bad for my children that now have to go through it. It's just a factory for workers.
Yeah.
That's all it was designed for.
It is.
Henry Ford said it when he designed because he was one that designed.
Yeah.
He didn't want he doesn't want a factory of thinkers. He wants a factory of workers. That's
Yep.
why they send you there for 8 hours a day. You do
Yes.
monotonous stuff. It does not. It
It
does not.
hardwires it in your head.
It does, and it does not sustain creativity.
Yeah.
Doesn't help growth in
Yeah.
creativity. And it's, if anything, it stagnates it.
Yep.
But unfortunately, the system that we work in.
Yeah.
But even then, that's slowly starting to collapse now, where heaps and heaps of people are walking out with university degrees
I'm working
and
at
not
Macca's.
able to get jobs.
Yeah, of course.
In their field, or like it's just it's a farce.
If you really want something bad enough, you're gonna do everything in your power to achieve it and to do it. And school, school wasn't my thing, and I actually learnt more after school. I've learnt more in the last year than I've learnt in my entire life.
You learn on them streets.
Oh,
You learn on them streets.
yeah, you learn from the hard times.
You do.
The real experiences. of life.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna learn if you go
No.
I'm not saying this is a bad thing and doing a 9 to 5, because doing what you love or doing things in general is very subjective, and starting a family and buying a house, and people, that's their dreams as well. Like, it doesn't have to be you have to run a business or start a company, and you don't have to. That's, if you want to do that, do that. Like, I'm a person that doesn't judge people,
No.
because what's that gonna get you?
No.
You
well, that's
become
it.
the people that you hated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I focus on me.
Yeah, man.
Focus on me, and you can
With the team around you as well.
yeah, focus on that and growth in yourself, and don't listen to what people think about you, because that's only going to weigh you down, because all you're doing is thinking about it.
Yeah, well, why would you take advice from someone? Sorry, why would you cop judgment off someone that you would never ask advice from?
Right? That is a good quote. Yeah, I
Like-
like that. I'm going to take that.
Yeah, do it.
Take
On a shirt.
on a shirt. Never assume.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're the
Never,
mother of all fuck ups.
never assume, mate.
Assumptions are the mother of all fuck ups,
You'll
man.
wait until you see our new design coming out.
Yeah, can we get like a rough sort of
Oh, is that, you know?
idea?
It was, well, he actually Daniel got one of my bag designs that I used to do, like the full
Yeah.
blind, and image
Yeah.
Hello.
hello
Testing.
image traced
Forward
it.
if you want.
No, image traced it and put it on a shirt, showed me, and I was like, what? Fuck, I designed it that night. I was like, I'm gonna put it on a shirt, and
That's
it's in one of the next 6 months drop, or
Awesome.
3 months. I was ready to 4 months.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
learning
you-
today too.
You've basically turned it into like collector's items as well
It
because
is.
you do these limited prints. You know, it's
Yeah.
such a good idea, but you still have your bread and butter shirts.
Yeah,
Like you still got the ones that people
Yeah.
can just come in and just go, yeah, mad. But then you got those real,
yeah,
those people that'll walk past
yeah,
the regulars and they'll be
Yep.
like, this shirt's out,
Yep.
grabbing it.
yep.
Mhm.
I love everyone that's supported us, everyone that's gotten from us and believed in us. I thank them so much, because if it wasn't for those people or anyone that supported us, we wouldn't be where we are.
Whether
Well-
it's someone who's like just passing by, is like, yeah, I just need a shirt.
Yeah.
The first people from the markets where you've never seen them again,
Yeah,
or it's a person you see every single week.
yeah, like
They've all made an impact.
yeah, exactly, like exactly right. Like if even though they don't buy now, they supported us at the start and they helped us keep going. You know what I mean? They don't have to keep buying, but you know, thank you. Thank you, and we love you. I love you. I love you. Right?
Oh
Love
man,
you.
it's spitting me out. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So for anyone that's just tuning in, that's new to the Beer Buddy podcast thing, I mainly talk to musicians. So speaking to someone from the fashion industry, it's art, and it just transfers into the whole
Yeah.
music thing,
Yeah.
because you make the art,
Yes.
you make shirts.
Yes.
Without the people there to buy it,
Yep.
you haven't got nothing.
You got nothing.
With it, musicians, they make music,
Yep.
they go play shows. If they haven't got the crowd there,
They
they may as well just be in a practice room.
Yes.
It's a crowd-funded industry.
It
if,
is.
if it's in the like fashion and music, it's a crowd-funded industry. Before crowdfunding was a thing, like, you know what
It
I
is.
mean?
And you get big, you know, the people that get big, you get bigger, right? So you have to start small, and you have to keep doing it. It's persistence and perseverance, and you'll get more people, and it'll grow and it'll grow. So things grow if you keep watering it.
Yeah.
It's like anything.
Because like, if you really think about it, like as we said, it's the creative arts.
It is.
And just like how, you know, people might emote and connect to a lyric, or the way like the music's going, the bass line, whatever it might be that you're connecting to, we took that same mentality and we applied it to our product. We were like, okay, put the quotes that mean the most to us, because people are connecting to that. We see people walk past, they may not buy, but they'll stop, they'll read the quote, and they're like, I relate to that.
You may have just made someone's day that little bit better.
Yeah.
That relatability quote.
Yes.
And I love the quote. I love the failure is just a stepping stone to success.
That's actually a good one. We should put that on a
There
shirt.
you go.
I was like, when we really say
I don't know.
What was your one? What's the one on the back?
Failure is success in progress.
Yes, that's the one.
Yes.
Stand up, show 'em.
Show them. Should I? There we
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
Go on.
Drop your knees a bit.
Drop.
There we go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Beautiful.
Failure is success in progress.
that's it. It's so true. It's so true.
And uncommon breed.
Yeah, I love them ones.
Uncommon breed.
I love them ones.
Oh.
They're my favourite. They're my favourite.
I think
Like, and jumpers. Oh, sorry.
I
Just
say.
gonna say about the jumpers. It's like proper raised.
yeah.
Like
You're talking about the puff print,
Mm-hmm.
the puff print ones.
Yeah.
Oh mate,
Wait till you see the new generation of it.
Yeah, the cut and sew ones. But there's a process, so it's about 4 months away.
That's alright, just in time for winter. I don't like
Just
the
in
cold,
time
but I
for
like
winter.
them things, so I'll be sporting it.
Oh yeah, and it's these ones are completely. This is game changer
Yeah.
for us. Yeah, this is game changer.
Like, I'm not exaggerating.
This is
Chalk and cheese.
next level.
Wow.
We're talking.
Wow.
Yeah, we're talking big brand. When you see it, you'll be like, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a big brand and us.
You guys are, as far as I'm concerned, I can't. Or you guys do better than some of the big brands already.
Yeah,
Like just with the quality.
I think underrated
Like
too.
the Reaper
Yeah.
shirt, I said, so thick.
Did you hear that, Claude?
Did you hear that? The Reaper, the Penta.
Yeah.
Claude, can you? No.
Yeah, more.
He's probably watching.
The Penta.
The Penta.
Yeah, well, if
The
anyone,
Penta.
anyone watching out there has any questions for the lads, please feel free to drop any questions you
go
have in the
ask-
chat, and
ask
yeah, we'll get them out there to them.
Ask away.
Yeah.
Ask anything.
Because they're a wealth of knowledge. I mean, the amount of time, the amount of slog, these guys were pre-COVID. They made it out of COVID.
Yep.
They're still thriving after COVID.
Yep.
If anything, I see more of their shirts now out and about in the local area than I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's awesome. You guys are cult. It's like a cult brand in the Narellan area. It's so awesome.
We have technically yes, we have built a cult.
Yes.
In my eyes, in our
Like,
eyes, it's a cult.
We call it the movement. Like,
It is a movement.
you see people around and we're like, nice. And then
Yeah.
you see another group and you're like, even better.
You know what I love seeing? I love seeing people wearing it and have no idea who I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the best.
And I'm like, oh, mad shirt. And they're like, who are you?
I
Like,
was like, I got gifted it.
Thank
I
you.
like it. It's like, thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah. Actually, every time I go to Narellan, I'm like, I've got to make sure I have something Dmfs on. I've got to rep it.
Yeah,
Gotta rep
you're
the
always
shots, gotta
wearing
rep the
you're always
shots.
wearing either a hat or a shirt.
I love my hat.
Oh yeah.
I love my hat.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna make the next drop of hats coming out. It's all matching. We've got all matching stuff. To be honest, we got sets.
You got
Matching sets.
Oh.
Pants,
From head to
pants,
toe.
shirts, jacket, pants, shirts, jumper, and a hat.
oh
And, yeah. So,
oh
yeah,
full
we-
mafioso. Like
Oh,
the
there you
Adidas,
go.
the Adidas tracksuit.
Oh,
Are you doing
man.
a tracksuit? You doing a full tracky that?
Yeah, we are. We are. Yeah, there's a couple of brands that I took inspiration of, and you know what? You know what was really a change of level for us was, I used to focus on every other person, every other brand, and that was my downfall back in the day. That was my down. I would get angry at everyone else's success. I would get angry at these other brands that are achieving so much, but you can't do that. If you're gonna win in life, you need to stop looking at them and going, why are they making it? And start focusing on yourself. And I stopped a lot of things. I stopped social media.
Oh, really?
I stopped social media. Yeah, I post videos, but that's what I do. I don't scroll. I don't
You don't doom scroll like the rest of the population, and
No, well,
including myself.
look-
Love good doom scroll.
so I tend to usually only scroll about 5 minutes a week at the most.
That's discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't.
I've witnessed it. It's literally like,
I don't go on.
scroll.
I do. I do a couple
Close.
of scroll and I'll close it. No, I don't want. I don't
Don't
like
need
it.
that negativity
I
from
don't.
the internet.
I don't like negativity, especially because you see other people's lives and you think they're living this glamorous life, and then you think to yourself, "Why aren't I doing that?" But you need to stop doing that. You need to stop doing that, especially if you want more at life. Stop doing that.
Yeah, but throw that into
I know
a bit of
that's
content.
hard.
No.
You can do it. Do it if you
Yeah,
like.
but
But
the whole point is the point I think you're trying to make there is, and you hit the nail on the head. It's like, but you're only seeing 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the rest of the 23 hours and 30 seconds of
The
their
multiple
day. Like,
takes of that same video as
Yeah.
well.
like the poor boyfriend that's standing there going, just hurry up.
Smile already.
Just hurry up. And she's looking at the
Yeah.
phone going, no,
Yeah.
no, get this
Yeah.
angle. No, just hurry up.
So I stopped social media, and I stopped doing that, and I stopped focusing on everyone else, and I started focusing on us, and we grew tenfold.
Very good. What is up, Claudio?
Claudio.
Claude.
Oh, shit.
Claude. What's cracking, man? He's in the chat.
He's in the chat.
Yeah, how you
Alright.
going, bud?
Hey, brother. As in Claude?
Claude?
As in our brother.
Or your
bless-
cousin.
Oh, this is I got a cousin named Claude as well, but no, it's definitely not our cousin. Not
He
our
heard the
cousin because
penta.
we're brothers now,
Yeah.
legally signed.
Genetic, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we
Brothers
didn't.
from other mothers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
I'm gonna sign adoption papers for you. I'm gonna adopt you. Can you do that?
I don't know.
I don't think you can adopt a sibling
True.
because then you'd be my father.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna just change your last name to Arena.
Okay.
We're gonna. We're gonna do that.
2 DJ Arenas.
Two J. What? Oh my god, it is.
You right?
Your first name and your middle name is the same as mine. So DJ Arena. We'll be
There you
both
go.
DJ Arenas.
There you go.
DJ.
I'd like to speak to DJ Arena. Which one?
Yeah. Take your pick.
And yeah, so that's that was our growth. That was the big turning point for us. Was stopped focusing on other things. And
That's it, man.
you got to focus on yourself.
You can't listen to the noise. You only look. It's you got to run your own race, but you always got to keep an eye on what everyone else is
Yeah.
doing, so you don't fall behind.
Yes.
And that's exactly the same with music.
Yeah.
It's it's zero difference. Like
Yeah.
it's, but there's a difference between getting the shits at other people's success
Yes.
and then using that energy as healthy competition to make you
Yeah.
work harder.
Take inspiration.
Exactly.
Take inspiration off
Exactly.
other people. Don't hate them. Don't.
No. Because the
What's-
second you start putting that negativity into it, you're gonna fail.
You're gonna
Toxic spiral.
You are spiraling, and don't hate. Don't hate other people because of the hard work they've put in and the success they've gained. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know, I got a lot of people that throw hate, but I don't focus on that. I focus on the good in life. I focus on the positive.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to be an asshole.
So easy.
So easy to be an asshole. It's heaps harder to be nice
Yeah,
and actually be
100%.
genuinely nice and not
Yeah.
be an asshole nice.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to be an asshole.
You can see that. Like I can tell when people are genuine or not because I love reading body language. By the way.
Well, that's why I like doing live streams. I don't like doing this whole podcasting for two reasons. I refuse to pay a publisher to put my stuff on any sort of platform
Yes.
if I can do this free on YouTube.
Yes.
True.
And two, you can see everyone when they're talking.
Yeah.
I find when you can read facial expressions and stuff like that,
Yes.
you get a much better read on the conversation than
Yeah.
someone that could be reading a script very well.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm,
Just auto cue right behind your head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
you
don't
know
want
what's-
that. Don't
You know
want
what's really funny as well is 2 years ago I wasn't actually good at reading.
that. Yeah,
I did not know how to read out loud.
really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I self-taught myself how to read like out loud.
Wow.
Self-taught myself.
Yeah.
Is that even a?
I
We're
self-taught
calling it-
myself.
I self-taughted myself.
I self-
No, I
Even better.
I learned how to
Yeah.
read.
I'll admit
Probably.
I'm dyslexic as shit,
Yeah.
and it's only now and due to my lovely children
Yes.
that Dad, you got to read to us, and
Yes.
yeah, it's gotten marginally better since reading to them.
Yeah. Reading.
And now, I can read the Cat in a Hat now.
Yeah,
reading.
that's it. Now we're moving on to Harry Potter soon. She
Ooh,
wants Harry Potter.
yes?
Oh, wow.
she wants
Oh,
Harry Potter.
okay. So you can
Done.
talk about Harry Potter all you like.
Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah?
I love Harry Potter.
See, oh man,
I love it.
see, nerds,
Yeah.
Fuck nerds.
Oh,
I love it.
Nerds. Oh, mate. There's a lot of things I love.
Man, you know what? I could not get my head around, and I still can't. And it
Tell me.
really annoys a lot of people.
Tell me.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Can't get through the second movie.
Get out.
Oh, it's my house.
Yeah.
No, I get that a lot. It's
Nah,
just
it's
yeah.
fine. It's fine. I fall asleep.
I
now to it.
understand the second movie.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can't get through
I
it.
understand it.
Yeah.
So, when I was a child, we used to watch it, and I had this weird thing where I have to complete something from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I can't pause it
Oh my god.
and then continue from that point. Something in my head was wired that no, start again. So repetitively for maybe 4 weeks straight. Used to put it on, fall asleep at the exact same point.
Restart.
Next week, restart it again, fall asleep at the
Christ.
exact same point.
Then,
That's a
yeah,
sleep
now that's just
spiral.
okay. So that's just crazy.
I
Maybe.
know.
So, you know what, and people are gonna relate to this as well. You put on movies and you fall asleep, right? You put the movie on and you're like, "Fuck it, I'll watch it again." Right?
Yeah.
Stop. Start watching movies halfway.
Yeah.
Start from the halfway point, because
That's
guess what? You're gonna be like, oh my god, I forget this movie,
Yeah.
and it's like because you always fall asleep before halfway.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You should treat it like a TV show.
True.
You should treat it like a TV show and just be like, okay, think it when especially when you start hitting your mid-30s and stuff.
Yeah.
All movies should just have an intermission part.
Yes, they do.
All DVDs should just have an intermission bit because unfortunately, if I fall asleep during a DVD,
It
the
keeps
DVD
playing.
just keeps playing.
Yep.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
put intermissions in DVDs. Like make a 30+
I was
version.
like, okay, I'm gonna go toilet.
Yes.
You know, refresh myself.
That's it.
Come back to it.
100%. You know, the only way I can switch off at night is I put on I think the same two cartoons,
Archer.
Archer and Futurama.
Ah, yeah.
So
You like Rick and Morty?
I do love Rick
Yeah.
and Morty.
You like Mick?
Mick and
Mick and-
Morty.
Mick and
No,
Morty.
I do love Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I do like love my cartoons, and
Do you like anime?
I never really got into anime.
I'll give you some good ones.
Oh, give me some good
I'll
ones.
give you some good ones that
Okay.
I guarantee they'll spark some design ideas.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro.
So get that anime like type of designing in me.
Yes.
Huh.
The artwork is
Can
sensational.
you imagine?
That's a whole new market. Japan
Yeah, it
Japan will
is.
go gangbusters for it too.
Oh, yeah, guess what? Yeah, sure, it could be. I mean,
Not just that, anime. Look, right across that bookstore,
yes,
right across from you,
Oh yeah.
Harry
has
Hartog's.
anime all through it. They
It
got
does.
so
Mhm.
many animes in
they
there.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
So you know all those anime nerds that go past and they see you banging anime style
Mm.
shirt.
You know what? You got me thinking.
Self-tortured, yes, Claude. He's self-tortured.
Yes, I'm self-tortured, Claude.
How delayed is he?
Fucking hell.
No. I'm just reading it.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm engaging in the no. I'm in here.
Oh yeah.
Here, I've got the YouTube one, so I'm just reading it.
Top one.
Hey,
TikTok. Hello, guys.
this is awesome.
This is fun, isn't it? It is. It's interesting. I like I like telling people, you know, our story.
Well, that's the reason why I like doing this too, is because at the end of the day, no one ever starts famous.
No.
No one.
No.
No band,
No band.
unless probably Taylor Swift. In which case, Swifties,
No,
please don't come
no.
after me. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I love Taylor Swift. Fight the power. Fight the record company power. Go Taylor Swift. No, Taylor Swift's a legend. She when Spotify tried to release all her music on Spotify, when
Yeah.
her record, they were like, okay, here's your cut. And she's like, no, my songs. And they're like, no, this is your cut. We're going to put it on Spotify and make bank. And she said, no, you're not. I own the masters. I'm going to re-record all the songs. And I'm going to put them on Spotify's Taylor Swift editions. And
Yeah.
I'm going to take all the money from you.
Yes.
So now Spotify and all these publishing companies have made these new rules to circumnavigate that happening ever again.
Huh.
So go Taylor Swift. You've fucking fought them and won. You're an absolute legend. Even though your music isn't my niche, I fucking appreciate everything you did for sticking it to the man.
I don't mind. You know, I didn't mind Taylor. A little bit of Taylor Swift back in the day.
Hey.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Yeah.
Don't lie, I sometimes hear it
Hey,
on the speakers.
Every now and then, you know, the kids will be like, Dad, come on, Taylor Swift. Okay, Shake It Off's going on. You know, I love that stuff.
No, that's not Taylor Swift. That's We Came as Romans doing the cover. So you
Okay.
do know.
So whose song is it?
Taylor Swift.
I know it's Taylor
Yeah, exactly.
Swift.
Shut up.
But it's We Came as Romans. Like, it's not Taylor Swift.
So, well, that's how we'll go on that. That's how we connected when I had my Slipknot hat on. I
Yes.
bought my first Dmfs hat.
Yes.
And so metalheads,
Yes.
and obviously
Love metal.
music
Yeah, in
lover,
general.
because you
Like-
you sponsor rappers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's your metal niche? What are your sort of favorite bands and stuff like
Mm.
that? Since I do sort of mainly talk about music on this podcast.
Okay. You know, back in the day when the first, you know, growing up, my dad used to love listening to Ozzy Osbourne and Metallica, and that got me into it. And then I got into Disturbed.
Oh, that's solid.
Disturbed back in the day
They're
when I
coming
was
back out soon.
16, 17 years old. That was good. You know, David Draymond
Yes.
was a very
The old-
big inspiration. Yeah, the double.
double the Brett rings.
That was a big inspiration into metal. That pushed me into that metal, and I wanted harder and harder. So, you know, heavier. And my brother actually, Claudio, thank you, got me onto like really heavy stuff, like
Yeah.
Die Hard is Murder, and
Yeah,
Motionless
nice.
in White, and I really do love those. And I see Stars, you know, they were ahead of their time. You know, they'd probably be bigger now
Yeah.
if they came out now. And I love. I used to go to Soundwave and the hell was before Soundwave?
Big Day Out.
Big Day Out.
Yeah, bro.
I used to go
I was having a conversation about that today
Yeah.
with someone actually.
Big Day Out, like at when it was it, I think Big Day Out started at Eastern Creek.
Nah, Soundwave
No,
started
no.
at Eastern Creek. Big Day
Soundwave
Out-
started, Eastern
Big Day
Creek.
Out started off at Moore Park
Yep.
and then went to Olympic Park.
Yep.
And then
Oh.
and then went gangbusters
Yeah,
after
mad.
whatever went gangbusters and then went bust.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
because they didn't pay their musicians.
Yeah,
Supposedly.
okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Sorry. Allegedly. Sorry.
Turns out I have a little bit of inside information that might become
Ooh.
about soon, but yeah, it's a lot more. There's a lot more nuance into the situation than what
Yeah.
they presented in the media.
Okay.
And the way AJ bit back, I guess, was probably not the best thing on Twitter and stuff like that. But
Mm.
that's neither here nor there. But yeah,
The past is the past.
yeah,
The past is the past. Let it go.
he's a busy boy.
Yeah, as in AJ. Sorry, CJ.
No, AJ.
Oh, AJ. Okay. Yeah. Who?
Yeah, you're talking about thy art.
Oh, I'm talking about like he's doing tattoos or whatever. He's
Yeah,
doing,
Campbelltown. Yeah,
Yeah. Yes, I know things.
yeah.
I know. Like it's better to know a little bit of everything than one thing.
Everything or
Yeah.
something.
Well, unless it's clothing and then
Well,
you're just a genius.
I love. I love.
You got to have
fashion.
that one thing that you nerd out about.
Oh yes. I do. You know, make it in myself to learn a little bit about everything, so I can. When someone says something, I know something about that, and we can conversate.
Yeah, that's the best way to be, because then at least you have questions to ask once the conversation starts rolling.
Exactly.
And you can learn more.
It's like me with music. I played the drums when I was 16. Yeah, for 1 week.
Oh,
And found out I was bad at it, but then realized years later that you're not going to be good at something when you start.
Hey, but for 1 week, you were a musician.
1 week I was banging away,
oh.
and
You shouldn't have stopped, mate. Drummers in Sydney, far out. A good drummer in Sydney is like rock and horse shit.
yeah,
One that isn't in 3 bands, that has their own car, and yeah, like geez, good solid drummers. They're just so hard to find. They're so hard to find. And then when you do find a good one, yeah, generally they're in like 3 or 4 bands, and
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love playing the drums. My brother, on the other hand, is like this natural talent to anything he did. So he was like
so he's a jerk.
guitar.
Pretty much.
So he's a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone has to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can
yeah.
say it because I'm that like I hate I don't hate those people.
Guitaring, he was great at guitaring. Like played anything with the guitar, and then he did DJing and literally designed music. So Raw and
Also, he's a producer as well.
producer.
So
My
wow.
brother is literally a qualified producer, like
Audio engineer.
Audio engineer. Claude is actually an audio engineer.
Like a degree in
You
Degree.
never told me
show
that,
it.
Claude.
High distinction.
You never told me that.
Yeah,
you never
like,
tell me these things. Why you never tell me?
He got high distinctions in audio engineering and could have actually was going to go overseas to become a producer in Raw, from what was that Unified? That's a fucking metal thing.
It is.
It's another whatever.
Wow.
He was going to go overseas and he chose. Thank you, bro. Love you. He chose the brand.
Matt, see, that's what I'm talking about.
He chose the brand,
It's loyalty.
and it wasn't his dream. My brother, get this as well. This was my dream when I first started. My brother came on board. I asked him to help, to follow my dream, to help with it, and it became his dream as well.
That's
And it only became his dream a couple of years ago. It
Jeez.
took him 5+ years to find the passion to go, you know what, this is my dream as well. I'm going to put everything, my heart and soul into this. And, him growing up, because he was younger than me, 7 years younger, he loved going out. He didn't want to come to the weekend markets, and he didn't want to go to markets. That was the last thing on his mind. He wanted to go out and party. And I was, that it's acceptable because like, what are you gonna do when you're young? You want to go out and party and do all that. I did that.
Well, yeah.
I was. If you knew me years ago, I was that person that got drunk every single weekend.
Yeah.
Drunk.
Yeah, blackout.
Like drinking like spirits, beers, and smoking weed. Oh mate, everything. I did it all. I didn't go into hard drugs because it wasn't my thing. I got told stories by my dad, and I
Can't wait to tell my kids those stories. Tell them not to do it.
I think the best thing my dad ever did was tell me bad stories about growing up,
Yeah.
and that steered me away from that.
Yeah.
And I went in those crowds. I did go in that crowd.
So I ended up
Like
there.
bad. Did you?
I've seen too many of my friends cook out. I've seen too many of my friends get broken.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yes.
I'm well out.
Yes. Good.
Other than
Yeah.
But yeah, I like in the drinking and stuff. But yeah,
Yes.
like as far as hardcore stuff goes, yeah,
Yes.
no, never done heroin or anything like that.
No.
But just yeah, if
I've
it,
seen people do
the
it.
Colombian nose beers,
Yeah. I
the-
never touched.
Colombian nose
like-
beers, the old the I actually had a red Mitsubishi when they were out. Yeah, the
those
one.
ones.
Yeah, the one
That was more
yeah.
of a Rexy.
But
Right.
it's life like that is not sustainable.
It's
a life
not.
like that is not. It's I'm not look.
Be
To
negative.
honestly think to say to people, don't do it. That's
Yeah,
just such
it's
a
your life.
backward look.
Yeah.
Moderation is key.
Yeah. Moderation is key.
Don't think it's a sustainable
Yeah.
thing
Yep,
because
it's not.
it's not good for your brain. It's not good for your body.
Of course not.
I'm realizing this now.
Yes.
My body's giving out on me. I'm
Yeah.
37, but
You're 37.
yeah,
Look at that.
but yeah, it's like
2 years.
You
older than
can't-
me.
and even musicians, a lot of musicians say it now. I think it was Billy Corgan said it a couple of years ago. The concept of being a drug addict and a touring musician, it just doesn't work.
It doesn't.
You can't.
Yeah, I think as well as they do that to escape reality because they think that when you go out on stage, it's also nerves as well, and they think that being a musician and being that you got to take it like that's the
Yeah.
rock star lifestyle, right?
When in Rome.
It was
you know.
funny. We had a conversation with do you ever remember a band called Snot?
As in,
the band Snot.
I was about to pick my nose.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
sorry.
It's like
That just made my
and
nose
it was
tickle.
another band called
Okay.
1 Minute Silence.
Okay.
They're an overseas band. We had a good
Okay.
conversation with them, and they were talking about the whole party thing.
Okay.
And they asked straight up. They were like, "Where do you think it comes from?" I said, "It's trauma based.
Yeah.
No, nobody wants to get that fucked up
No.
without for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
Like addiction can form from trauma.
Yes, it can.
And when you speak to a lot of musicians and stuff like that, a lot of the music comes from trauma,
It does.
which doubles down on the addiction side too. Because if they're touring musicians, especially overseas and stuff like
Yeah.
that, your rider's pretty good. They look after you. Whatever you want, you get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when we were having the conversation with Massey and Theftuous, it was like, you're doing you're not doing anything different to any other teenager or person at that time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because he was younger when he got into it. So the only difference between you and any other 18, 19-year-old at that time is that you had resources. And you had endless amounts of resources. You're a touring band. Like, you're in a touring band, you had resources and stuff like that. But it's got to come to a point where everything stops.
Yeah.
And this is the problem I don't think people talk about with drugs, because they say don't do it. You get a lot of this don't tell me what to do mentality,
Yeah.
where it's like, if you turn around to people and just go, look, man, you're going to
These are
do
the
it.
Yeah, these are the
There's consequences
Yeah.
if you do this long
This is what's
term.
going to happen. Yep. Show people. Don't tell people to stop or not to do things, because I found that when you tell people not to do things, they're going to rebel. They're
They
going to
double
do it. They're going to double down. They're probably going to be in worse shape than what they were in the first
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
And I tell people, like, it's your life at the end of the day. If you want to experience a life like that and go through that, do it. Just moderation is key,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah.
I like that moderation bit.
Yeah. Look, man. I'll just say it. I personally think everyone should have to take acid once a year or some sort of psychedelic once a year. The only reason why I say that is because when I was going on the my psychedelic route, geez, it puts the world into some weird perspective.
It does.
When you have those
never tried it, but yeah,
when you have those experiences, and it's like everyone thinks that you're going to see a giant elephant walking down. I'm sure you would if you probably came close to an overdose on it, or you took like 4 tabs in one go or something like that.
Yeah.
But if you take like, don't take
microdose.
drugs. I don't
condone it.
I don't condone this. If you're going to do it, please do it safely. Go see a psychiatrist. You can go on the TGA for this stuff now, so whatever. But when I had those experiences, it made me realise how, I guess, insignificant I was in the world.
Yeah.
And how my problems aren't the biggest thing going on.
Yes.
Like, they're just these small micro things that are...
Opens your mind.
speed bumps.
Yeah, opens your mind to reality.
And instead of just going, oh, everything's crap,
yeah,
you sort of have that out-of-body experience and go, this is just life.
Yeah, it is. Have you tried DMT?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
I didn't break through. So
breakthrough.
Yeah. So do you know the whole thing with DMT?
Yeah. So it's it releases. There's a few things. Oh shit.
So it's dimethyltryptamine.
Yeah, dimethyltryptamine.
So dimethyltryptamine is a naturally from a plant.
Yeah.
A lot of plants, actually, the wattle plant from Australia has a heap of it supposedly.
But the acacia tree.
The acacia tree.
That's why I remembered it.
Yeah, the acacia tree has a lot of dimethyltryptamine.
And the funny thing is that that's what they actually reckon happened with Moses.
I know. I was literally going to mention that. I said it to him.
Yeah.
So what happened was Moses went to the burning bush, which was actually an acacia tree, and you smoke that, you breathe in that, you will trip. And he probably was in a trip.
But here's the big problem with that.
For it.
Is that DMT is the one drug that if the three of us took it and we did it properly...
All different experiences.
No, it all goes to the same experience.
Also, if we're in the same...
It's consistent.
Yeah.
It's a consistent experience for everyone. Everyone that does it has the same... So, here it is. Yeah. So, when you sleep, your body naturally releases that stuff. When you take DMT, it dumps a shitload in one go.
Yes.
You break through... And this is, I haven't done this, I haven't broken through, this is just experiences of other people that I'm talking about, this is all secondhand information. But this is consistent secondhand information that I get from the multiple people that I've spoken to about it. You break through, you go shooting off into the universe, out of your body.
Yes.
You go sit in the waiting room of the gods. And you will sit, and then you will get spoken to.
Huh.
And you will get spoken to something relevant to you. It will be everything about you. It will be whether everything, whatever you get told is whatever you'll get told.
Yeah.
But everyone ends up in the same place right before they get spoken to.
Huh.
Consistent. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's why.
Yeah.
So Moses went to the waiting room of the gods and got handed the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
When everyone else does it, they get taken to the waiting room of the gods and they get handed what's relevant to them and what they need at the time.
This is for you personally.
Yes.
Well,
that's what they reckon.
That's what they do reckon.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that in a podcast recently.
I do want to...
in the future?
I don't know.
No, it was a Joe Rogan one.
Yeah, it was a Joe Rogan with Elon Musk, possibly.
Yeah, but he went through a big stage of that thing where he was like, oh, have you ever tried DMT? Have you ever tried... And it's a big thing in America.
It is.
But yeah, I've watched...
Is it?
A funny story, I won't mention the guy's name. He took a bit too much. And I think he was about to break through, but he stood up at the same time. You're not meant to do that. You're meant to lie down, like you're sleeping. So he stood up too quick, and you watched his knees buckle, and he just ended up in a heap on the floor. And
oh my god!
Yeah. So it's got to be a very controlled thing.
Nah,
you got to make sure you're in a comfortable spot.
Yeah.
Have like the right
nice
mood.
lounge.
Yeah.
Guitars around you.
Yeah.
Maybe in a podcast.
Yeah, I don't have any DMT, man.
Worth a shot.
Worth a shot. I'm not gonna try it. It's not my thing. I mean,
I'm too scared to do it. I'm too scared to break through.
No.
I don't want to get. I don't think I need to get spoken to by the gods.
No, I think I see my path. I see the path that I've chosen, and I'm gonna work hard at it.
The universe will tell you if you're wrong, mate.
Oh, my
universe
failures.
has a good way of doing that.
I'm gonna fail my way to success. Right? We're gonna fail our way. How's your pale ale going? Are you finished?
Yeah.
Oh, he's finished it. He's just holding it for brand advertising. Here we
Gotta
go.
get-
Pale ale.
Let's do a Dmfs homebrew.
Can you imagine? Do you have a microbrewery?
I have a homebrew kit. I don't know if...
Oh. We can get the labels made.
Yeah.
You can get anything made.
Yeah, far out.
Anything made.
Yeah.
Anything?
Anything made in fashion.
Anything?
Like literally. Literally anything.
Stubby holders.
Mate, it's
Easy.
just easy.
Yeah, stubby holders. I'll get a
Easy
Dmfs
shit
stubby
in the world.
holders.
Minimum 300.
Yeah.
Actually, no, minimum 1,000. Can you imagine? Actually, that'd be a good idea.
I reckon we're good
That's
at
what
that.
them. You know what? That's nice little stocking fillers. You know what I mean? Just nice little. Oh.
Especially
Put that on my
waters
list.
and stuff.
It's like, I'm looking at you. Put that on my list. I don't even have my list here.
I don't have a pen. Do you need a pen?
Nah, it's in my brain. Like,
Yeah, stubby. Well,
Yeah, so you'll forget that,
I'll
and I'll write that down for you.
yeah, and then you can do. Then you can
stubby holders.
stubby holders, and then you can do.
And
little
a feed 40,
And
sorry.
then do a button keychain with a bottle opener on the back.
Ooh. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we're going to be doing in the next
Yeah,
lifetime.
yeah. It's
However long it takes.
oh man, you got until you're ready to stop.
I don't think I want to stop.
There you go then.
I don't.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, sky's the limit.
Past the skies.
Yeah.
Plus, this guy, well, you
shoot for the moon.
I was gonna say you shoot for the moon. If you miss, you land with the stars.
Yeah, hey, I like
Next.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes. Shut up. No, I'm not even gonna go into
I'm gonna
that.
have to try and cut in that Bruce Lee scene. You know, the one where he's concentrate on the moon.
Concentrate on. Yeah. I do like Bruce Lee. I used to watch a lot of Bruce Lee movies.
Well, man, I feel like this is what this, and I'm gonna sound like a real old bastard saying this. I feel like this is what this generation's missing out on.
They are.
No, remember how like there was those cult classic films?
Oh,
man?
mate.
You know, like
Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan,
yeah,
Jet Li.
and I'm not talking Rush Hour or Jackie Chan. I'm talking Rumble in the
Oh
Bronx.
my God.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
I used to watch that shit all the
the
time.
bad double, the bad mouthing and
Oh
shit.
my God. I love Rumble in the Bronx.
Man,
I
that's
love
that's a
that.
film.
I
That's
love
Oh my!
that
He
one
broke his
reason.
ankle jumping onto the
hovercraft.
The hovercraft.
Have you
Yeah.
seen him like showing all the broken bones?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can still feel it, and you're like,
Yeah.
how bad was the break?
And
Yeah,
he-
because
you
2
know-
days later he's back on set.
Yeah, back on set with the cast and putting that sock on that looked like a shoe, and it was actually in. If you stop,
Slow
pause
it down.
yeah, you
you're
can
like,
see
it's
it.
terribly edited.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh,
God.
dude, look, if that came out today, you wouldn't be able to do it with all this 4K and thing
Nah.
and stuff like that. It'd stand out like a sore
Yeah.
thumb. That thing was made in like the late 90s,
Oh,
early
for sure.
2000s.
That was
Low definition VHS, you could get away with all that shit.
I can tell
wow.
exactly. 96.
VHS. Generations of today won't know this.
No, man, it's all coming. You know what the weird
Oh,
thing is? Like, it's all
coming
coming
back?
back. Like vinyl.
Vintage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I hate the fact that it gets called that vintage.
It's like,
because-
shut the fuck up. It was
Yeah.
the 90s.
But what do you on about?
No, they call it the late 1900s
Yeah.
now.
We
Yeah,
call
fucking jerks.
what are you on about? We call our old school T-shirts anything before 2019 is vintage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vintage tees, mate. We're talking market days. Anything market days, mate. That's vintage.
Well,
Technically, it is.
no, but it's true.
And the fashion industry,
fashion moves like that though.
Yeah,
Fashion
so
moves like
fast.
technology.
It does, man.
it moves per season,
Oh.
and you're just like, you're already behind.
How do you keep up? Well, obviously now, like you were saying, you like six months ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does that sort of put you in a bit more of an ease?
No.
No.
Fuck no.
We're still going
No,
to
I
be
changed my
behind.
mind. What are you on about? I changed my mind. Like,
Oh.
okay, so real growth comes on changing as well. So your plans will always change, right? Things are always going to change, right? Like if you think that you're just going to make a plan and it's going to work, you're fully yourself. It is going to change, and it could be for the better, it could be for the worse, but you got to learn to adapt. You got to learn to adapt, and I'm always changing things. Ask my brother.
Yeah.
He hates it. Hated it.
He needs everything
But I-
to the T
Yeah, but
on a
I'm
piece
like,
of
fuck,
paper,
Off
so
the
I
rip,
know.
Bang, change. And like the next day, I've changed the plans. And he said, "Why'd you change the plan?" I'm like, "Well, I had to. Like,
Is it plans change, mate?
yeah, plans change. Fuck, learn to adapt."
Bear Grylls and shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Adapt.
love.
what is it? Survive, adapt, overcome, or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
I
I
don't know.
love Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
I used to watch that shit all the time.
You know what? Bear Grylls was cool.
Yes.
All right, I feel you.
Yeah.
But you know who were the real OGs in that? The cameramen following him around through
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
Bear Grylls just had to do it with a backpack. They had to do that shit carrying cameras.
Yeah.
And they ain't like,
No,
they're massive.
no,
That was all scripted.
it was.
It was all scripted.
There's
Look
cut-
behind the scenes. It was all like those 20 people.
Yeah.
It was come on.
They probably,
Like, so you've
they
got-
probably had like a big marquee
Come
with all this
on.
nice food and
It's just like reality TV shows. It's all
unreality
scripted.
TV.
It's all garbage.
Unrealistic.
Us Joey. Us J King Fitness. Our one of our mates that went on a reality TV show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was. Well, he's technically, if you go through all the Instagram, you'll see Joey's head. Gotta love him. I'm gonna give him a call soon.
Okay.
Joey, no, you're probably not watching. Of course not. Thank you for. Oh, you send something, little crown. Thank you so much, absolute champion. Yeah. So he was on. What was he on? F Boy Island.
Yeah.
F Boy Island on
Oh,
Binge.
wow.
Yeah, great, good friend of ours.
Wow.
He did the tail drop
Mm-hmm.
photo shoot. He did a few photo shoots.
You.
And I want to put him in a couple of things this year.
This year, definitely.
100%, I want him in. He's a very fit, like naturally fit.
Yeah.
And it's
Kinda
got
guy.
even nothing to do with that. It's the fact that
He's a
he's
great guy,
an amazing person.
an amazing person.
That's
So
good,
yeah,
man.
no,
It's
that's
good the team you got around you. I mean, that makes everything.
you gotta
At
build
the
a
end of the
team.
day, there's like there's flying solo, but when you got a
Yeah,
good foundation with good people around you that can build
Yes.
you up, it makes all the difference in the
Yes.
long run.
it does.
Like,
it does.
and it does sort of give you a bit of breathing
Yeah.
space as well to put your energy into other
Yeah.
in other avenues and your
For sure.
artistic places and stuff like that as well.
You have to build a good team, and also you have to show people that it can come true, but you have to do it.
Mm.
So
Lead by
they're not gonna
example.
believe. No one's gonna believe your dream until it's successful, right?
Yeah.
They're not gonna believe that it's gonna be big, right? Because it's your dream at the end of the day. So you've got to make it work, and then you build a team to make sure it works better.
People who see the vision and are like-minded.
You have to make people see the vision. You have
That's a
to.
big one, man.
It's making people see the vision.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard.
It is, but it all comes down to good leadership.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And when you're putting your everything, you got to basically make people want to follow you into battle.
Yes.
And that's it, and that's what a team is, man. It's the ones that it's ride or die.
It is.
And then
It is.
what else is there to it?
Well, we're all gonna die.
Hey, it's the one guarantee. Don't
That's
take
it.
life so seriously.
And
We ain't getting out of
Taxes
it alive.
and death. Death and taxes, the only things that are guaranteed in life,
Mhm.
and that's why I took it upon myself to go. You know what? Fuck it. Life is too short. You know, tomorrow's not promised to anyone.
Die trying,
Yep. Die
or
trying.
just yeah.
Leave a legacy that you and your family can be proud of.
Mm.
And you know, the main reason why I started this was, I'm going to be brutally honest, was to fix my mum's teeth and to fix my dad's back. That's why I started this. I started this for that. I didn't start this for fame or money. And yeah, money comes,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
Money's always going to come, right? But growing up, we had nothing growing up. Other people have it bad, right? We didn't have it super bad. We had a house over our heads. You know, we had food.
We're not
So-
trying to compare.
I don't
No,
like
no,
comparing,
story.
like,
hey, but it's still your
people have
story,
it,
man.
yeah,
It's still
yeah.
relevant.
And so growing up, you know, I had one pair of shoes my whole school life, and you know, it was funny. Our parents bought a pair of shoes that were like 3 sizes too big, and growing up, you know, when the soles were falling apart, my dad would fix them, and you know, I never had brands growing up. I've never had brands. I had one branded T-shirt my whole school life, which was Mambo. I got one Mambo shirt, and it was all you know, not it was all like Big W,
Best and lesson.
best, all that. It was all like, because you know, technically they're brands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm talking about mainstream brands that
Yeah.
everyone was wearing, like Nike and Adidas. I never got that, and I only started getting that when I was working because.
You bought
Like-
it for yourself.
Well, I bought it for myself because, you know, like our parent, like dad got disabled at a young age from work. So when I was 10 years old, that happened, and he had 8 crushed discs, which stopped him from working. And our mum was a carer for our dad, and that was growing up like that, seeing our dad and him telling us stories, and I think that pushed me more, and made me work and then at the age of 27, when that experience happened to me, when I got king hit, I jumped into this, and I thought back of all those memories of growing up, and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna change my generation's history. I'm gonna change it. And I didn't care what it took. I did not care how many times I had to tell the story. I did not care how many times I had to go to markets. I did not give a fuck. I was going to do it no matter what, come hell or hot water. I was going to make this work, and I am going to make this work. And I promise you, this will be the next biggest brand out of Australia. It will be.
It's guaranteed.
It will be.
That's what I'm talking about. See? There is... No is not an option.
No.
And this is what I talk about with the bands and stuff like that. You can see it when you talk to them. It's like, no, this is what I'm doing. This is going to succeed.
Yes.
There is nothing else. There is no, I'm going to do some job on the side.
No.
No.
Full time. You have to do it.
This is it.
You have to do it. To do and follow your dreams, you can't have a dream killer. And a dream killer, unfortunately, is something else.
Yep.
You can't do it as a hobby. No. You can't just scratch at the surface and give it a try. You have to go all in. Mm-hmm. You have to go all in.
You have to dedicate it to it. The amount of time that you put into rocking up to your job every day is the amount of time that you have to put into your job, your new business, what you want to be your job.
And then double it.
Yeah.
And then double it, I swear to God. I found that I'd rather work 80 hours for myself than work 40 for someone else. Fuck that.
No.
Fuck working for someone. Fuck getting verbally abused on the job sites, or just absolutely talked down to. Work for yourself. It's harder, but it's
more rewarding.
Rewarding at the end. It is rewarding. And as I said, it only started working 2 months ago. It took 7.5 years to start working.
Far out.
7.5 years to start working. So you got to push past it. Once you get over those hurdles, there's more hurdles, obviously.
Yeah.
But
now you know how to combat them a bit better. You've learned.
Yeah.
You've had your failures.
You're gonna learn.
Now. The only difference between now and the past is a couple more zeros, bro.
Yeah.
It's just a couple more zeros on the end.
Yeah.
It's just bigger numbers.
Yep. Way bigger numbers.
Yeah. And that's not a bad problem. That's not
way more risks.
Yeah,
we're talking lots. You gotta spend way more, because remember this, with 10 grand, the full time job from 10 grand.
But here's the thing though.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I'll pose a question to you.
Go for it.
Both is.
Go for it. Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
You lost everything. And then I gave you another 10 grand.
Yes.
Would you be able? How would you approach? Now that knowing what you know now.
Yeah.
How would you spend that 10 grand differently?
Well, the knowledge that with the knowledge, obviously.
Well, we would know that.
We would know what works and what wouldn't.
Yeah, but essentially it'd be like, we know where to prioritize now.
Yep.
The fact that we were just like, no, it has to be specifically on this one thing and one thing alone.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to make it. It's like, no, there's so many different...
So everything is lost, as in everything? Stock, everything's
Stock,
gone?
everything. You got to start from zero. You got to start from zero.
Ooh. Yeah, I would know where to start. I would.
See?
Yeah.
See, you're at the stage now where it's like, come at me.
Yeah.
If it can happen tomorrow, I'll build back up.
Fuck it.
I'll build back up.
Yeah.
We just got to start fresh again. But now you've got all that knowledge. You're not going to make those same mistakes. It's not going to take you 7 years.
Nah.
It'll take you 2 or 3.
Yes.
At the end of the day, that's more knowledge than what anyone could ever ask for. It means that's something that no one can ever take away from you. No matter what, they could take away this, they could take away that, but they can't take away
everything. It brings it back to your quote.
Yeah.
Failure is success and progress.
Yeah. well, DMFS, them things, uncommon, breed, fallen hope, value, success, and progress.
Mate, it's
Oh my
Take it
god.
big.
That's what you'll see. You'll see all those quotes. A brethren of soldiers fighting with everything they have, even when hope seems all lost. Giving up is not an option.
Sounds familiar.
I know.
Get into
Might,
making.
it might
That's
be on
my
my back.
quote. That's
Dude,
my quote.
Man, you should find a band and start making start making some shirts for them or something, man.
Yeah,
Because with the
right.
quotes and stuff on there,
I
it's
know.
awesome. It's
I
like
know.
band t-shirts. That's what I love so much. If I was to wear that out to a show,
Yeah.
they'd be like, "What band's that?" I'm like, "It's not a band. It's just a bunch of sick dudes
Yeah.
that make these clothes."
Yeah.
Like-
It's like, are those lyrics? No,
Yeah,
just a
no.
quote.
I just looked at your show now. Don't worry, be happy. That's beautiful.
It's a pun.
It's a pun.
Yeah,
It's pun for everyone.
yeah it is. It is.
My God, I love
Guys,
Get
it.
I
out.
won't keep you much longer because
Yeah.
I know you guys are on borrowed time and
Yeah.
hey, they're running a
I
business.
really like
time
this.
is time,
Time
is
is
more
money. Time is money.
Time is.
Time is money. Remember this.
Well,
Time is money.
mate, they pay you for your time at work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time is literal money.
Yeah. If-
But one thing I always tell people
Yeah.
is money comes every week if you got a
yeah,
job.
money comes and goes.
But you know what you don't get back?
Time.
You don't get back the 20th of January.
No.
You don't get back the 19th of January, 2024. You don't get back
Yep.
any of those days. So it all depends on worth.
What you do with your time,
Worth.
and it's the most valuable thing in the world
Mm.
is time.
And a key thing that
You never get
it's
time.
a
back.
mental roadblock that everyone goes through.
Yeah.
Instant gratification.
Oh mate.
That's the internet's fault.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it is.
That is, bro. I went through that stage when I'd make a video and I'd sit there and I'd look
It's
at
not
numbers.
working.
It's not. No, I
It's
don't.
not working.
I don't
That's what you're saying.
care.
Yeah.
I do not.
Yeah,
And the second
so
I
you
stop,
shouldn't.
the second I
Yeah.
stop caring,
Yep.
is when someone will go, you know, you got this, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm
You
just
just keep
doing
going.
what I want
Yep.
to do, and I want to make videos,
Keep
and I
going.
want to talk to people. I'm
Yep.
doing what I'm doing. If
Yep.
people like it, I will eventually get success.
Yeah.
Once you overcome that part,
Yeah.
smooth sailing.
That's it.
Do
So
you think Mr. Beast had 100 million followers at the start?
no.
I'm pretty sure he had one person watching for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure with his.
Yeah.
Well, it was I think.
Same
was-
thing with
I
the
think he-
Paul brothers, Logan
Yeah.
and all that. Like
Well, it started
literally,
when
it
he
was
was
just
12 or 13.
one
Mr. Beast, I think it
person
was
that per week
did pop
would
up
still be
video.
one.
Mm.
Then
Yeah,
it'll come to
that was-
months, and then eventually two people.
Logan Paul, that's
And
right.
you're like, hey, two
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, Mr. Beast had actually his first, I think, first couple of videos blow up. That's what.
That was lucky.
that was
Yeah.
pretty lucky, but you
Yeah.
know, fuck, not everyone's
But
gonna be
see,
super lucky.
he was
though.
like peak of,
Yeah.
he was right in the
Yeah,
right
right-
place, right time
right,
with
he was
YouTube and stuff
13
like that.
or
You
something,
know, like
At the
YouTube was
prime,
just becoming
yeah.
a thing, and
Yeah,
he saw a market. But
yeah.
that everyone says he was lucky, but he had to be smart in order to see that
He
market.
fucking did persevere. Everyone said lucky, but he kept going.
Exactly.
Like shit.
He's the one that
We-
came up with
like,
the
yeah,
idea.
Keep going.
Yeah,
please.
he's the one that came up with the idea of how do I get paid to watch Naruto.
Yeah.
So we sat there and watched episodes of Naruto, live streamed it,
Yeah.
but didn't live stream the TV show because you're obviously not
Yeah.
allowed. And yeah, it's the market. The market is so there for everything at
It
the
is.
moment, and people just need to have a bit more faith in themselves and their ideas.
They do. And don't give up on yourself so
Yeah,
easy.
Take the risk.
Don't-
Life is a risk.
Just because you're going to lose, don't instant gratification go because it didn't work. It's never going to work. No,
No.
it will. It will work.
Yeah,
You just put time into it.
that's it. And come on, and if that idea doesn't work, it's all right. Come up with a new idea.
Yeah.
There's plenty of ideas out there. You got plenty of time to think of them.
Fucking oath. Well,
It's-
yeah, we do have plenty of time.
Yeah.
The time,
Hey,
goes by.
look.
as I
Like,
said,
it's whatever they say is the 1,000,000,001 chance or whatever it is that we're born.
Yeah.
Some people just want to do what they want to do, and there's nothing wrong with that.
no, there's nothing
There are
wrong.
some people that you can just,
Do whatever you
when you meet them,
Yep.
i.e., the two of you
Yeah.
and Claude,
Yeah.
you just ooze drive.
Yes.
You need people like that in this world, because if nobody had any drive, there'd be no cool shit out there to enjoy.
Of course not.
There'd be no cool clothing brands. There'd be no cool music. There'd be no cool car. Like, someone had an idea and said, this is going to succeed.
Yep.
And they did not give up. And now we have the pleasure of enjoying it and wearing
Yeah.
the clothes and doing
Yeah.
that shit. If people just gave up at the first fucking chance, we'd have nothing.
Yep.
Imagine just one idea, one singular idea for the whole world to share.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Ideas are like a drop in the ocean, like the the pebble effect in the
Yeah,
in
the
the
pay,
lake,
yeah, it does.
you know,
Yep.
and
Repercussions.
it just
yeah.
grows. It
Mm.
just grows. But yeah, guys, you guys are absolute legends, Daniel and
Thank you.
Dylan. This has been a great chat. It's one thing that I've really enjoyed about this tonight is actually finding out how much the fashion industry sort of has a lot of nuances with the music industry.
Oh yeah.
It's actually really crazy.
Fuck yeah.
Obviously, because it's artistic, it's in the same
Yeah.
sort of niche as art. But
Yeah.
the business side of things,
Yeah.
geez, the game's not that different.
Oh yeah, it's not.
It's not that different at all.
It's not.
But
We need my brother on next time.
yeah, 100%,
my brother.
100%, more than happy.
Gearbox.
Yeah, Gearbox
There we
Digital.
go.
Oh, that's what he. Oh, okay, that's what he. Oh, he's written that there. Gearbox.
Ha!
There we go.
Did you read it? That's why.
But
Wow.
I
I've
can
got
see
terrible eyesight.
I
one
don't.
thing I do want to ask, I like
go
to
for it.
ask.
Go for
I'm
it.
going to ask it a bit different for you guys.
Yes.
Normally, I ask this for musicians, but for any young and budding clothing designers out there,
Yes.
what would be the best bits of advice that you could give them just to move them in the right direction a bit quicker? Sort of some of the roadblocks you might have faced that really early that you could help someone avoid.
It's like nothing. Struggle like we do.
I think you have to go through the struggle.
Yeah.
I think you have to. There's no easy path to success. You have to go through that struggle and you have to get through it. And you have to go through the hard times. You have to lose. You have to learn how to lose. And you have
You need
to
to be able to accept loss.
you have to accept loss, and eventually you'll get wins. And you've got to look at the wins and keep looking at the wins, and that will drive you. It's not the losses that will determine you. It's the getting back up and the perseverance of never stopping.
Let
That's
your
it.
circle be like-minded.
Yeah.
If you're with people that are like,
Yep,
maybe,
I like that. Yes, if
that's,
Yeah,
you might have to actually let them go.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
what's stopping you.
a good saying is how can you soar with the eagles if you're scratching with the turkeys? So surround yourself with winners.
Yeah.
Get away from the losers. Cut them out of your life.
Yep.
Stop hanging around negative people and stop focusing on their lives. Focus on your life.
Yeah. Anyone that sits around bitching about other people's lives that much, really,
No,
you don't need that in your
No,
life.
you don't.
Because, yeah, everyone has problems. Everyone's fighting different battles.
yes,
And we are not anyone to judge how they deal with those. Or
Mhm.
don't be a dick.
yeah,
Just because you're having a bad time doesn't mean it doesn't get
Don't
away with being a
project
dick.
on others.
Don't
Yeah.
project onto others. But yeah, everyone goes through struggles, and we
Yeah.
all just got to push through together.
Yep.
But speaking of having like-minded people,
yeah.
do you guys ever find it hard just to sort of check each other when you just like hold on a second, let's just take a step back and evaluate this and really sort of, because you can't agree with each other all the freaking time,
we
can
don't.
ya?
We are my brother and I
We have like
have extreme tiffs as well, but we learn to
we have like a method.
mm,
Like we've got it down to the T now. Like we know when it's gonna happen. It still happens. 'cause
Always
we're
gonna
stubborn,
happen.
But
Yeah.
then it's like,
you know always fight.
okay, take a step back.
Yeah.
Get like a third party to sort of
Assess the situation.
assess the situation. I tend to be the mediator,
Yes.
Okay.
and then it's like,
Yeah.
this is what he's seeing. Like, now I didn't see that. Now I'm the asshole.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's me and my brother, we've had more fights than you can imagine, but they don't end up extreme because we resolve the issue. So and a good thing my brother pointed out that it's better to have arguments and to have those fights than bottle it up and explode and then completely end ties.
So if someone says something they regret, then just get it out in the open.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you're going to argue about something, that means you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
And the
And you
truth,
care.
you need to tell the truth. Like I found, it's better to tell the truth than lie.
Yeah.
So why lie about things?
Well, I have the stress of like coming up
Yeah.
with this fabricated story to make it
So-
seem
yeah.
like it's a good idea.
And I make it to the best of my ability to never lie.
Yeah.
And to always try telling the truth.
Yeah.
Whether it hurt or whether it won't hurt, I'd rather tell people how I feel, and if I seem extremely blunt, that's me.
No, look, there's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with honesty.
Yeah.
There's a way you go about it.
Of course, there is.
But it's like when people ask me
Think
to
things
listen to
through.
music,
Yeah.
you know, it's like people ask me to listen to their music. It's like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to just listen to it or give you my opinion?
Do you want me
Yeah.
to be
Because there's
honest
going to be
about it?
two
want
different things
honesty.
here. I can just listen to it and say good or bad,
Yeah,
or I can be constructive.
constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's,
people
The
don't.
like-minded thing, because you're improving that person.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm making this suggestion just
Yeah.
because that's how I see it.
yeah,
And it's completely subjective.
Yeah.
it is.
Just like art.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. That's how they're feeling at that time upon listening to it.
Yes.
You know, this is why I hate Spotify so much. It's because people listen to an album,
Yeah.
and in the first hour of the album coming out, they're like, "This album's shit." It's like you
Yeah.
haven't simmered.
Yeah.
You haven't simmered on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch a movie and it'll say straight away it's like
Yeah.
100% flop, and you're like,
Yeah. Like my favorite. Look, my
Wow.
favorite movie of all time. You don't mess with Zohan.
Oh, that's a classic.
I love it.
and it's got
Adam
mixed
Sandler.
opinions. People
It
go,
does.
it's like just slapstick humor for dumb people, and you're
It's
like,
subjective.
Yeah.
I'm a Jay and Silent Bob
Oh
fan.
yeah.
I'm a Jay and Silent Bob fan.
Yeah.
That
So am I.
you know exactly the type of person I am.
Yeah.
100%.
I love Jane Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a
that's-
bit of a cinephile. Just a tap.
Who? Me?
You.
Oh, I'm not what I look like at times. So don't judge a book by its cover.
Nah, but if they did that, they wouldn't make the cover so fucking cool now, would they?
Yeah. Nice. Like that.
All right, boys.
Alright,
Give everyone a
let's do-
wave, and I'm going to give my little sign off. We've
Thank
been
you.
an absolute pleasure tonight.
Love you guys. DMFS Dem Things
Yep.
or demthings.com. Go see us. Go check us out. Or DMFS_AU on every social media
Yep.
platform.
We'll be putting
Instagram,
all
TikTok,
those links in the
Facebook.
description
Yeah.
to make sure people
Legend.
can go get their stuff, and we'll put the address in so you all can go get fitted
Yeah.
by these
Demthings.com.
absolute legends.
Yeah,
Because
come see us in Narellan Town.
yeah, like I said,
Yep.
you go buy from Dem Things, it's an experience. You're not just buying a shirt, you're buying an experience at the same time. And with that being said, y'all, we are out. And as I always say here, go out, create, be awesome, and enjoy life. Dance like no one's watching, sing like no one's listening, and love like it's the last day on the earth, because you deserve it and you deserve better. Peace out, y'all.